We'll wait for other people also to join, or okay. Before other people join, let us have a quick discussion about Nirav Modi, because I think is it Venkat Krishna? Charan. Okay, Charan was asking me about Nirav Modi and all. So very quick discussion about Nirav Modi, why he is not to be seen or why he is trying to escape. Basically, in the international market, whenever we are exporting some goods or whenever we are importing any goods, the general document that is required is a letter of credit. Letter of credit is also there in the Indian market also, within the country also we do it, but export letter of credit or export LC, suppose like say for example, I am an importer from India, you are an exporter from UK. You have no reason to trust me. So what you will do, you will say, you will supply goods to me. You are in London, I am in Hyderabad. You will say you will supply goods to me provided I open a letter of credit in your favor. So you don't need to trust me. I will go and request my bank, let's say State Bank of India. State Bank of India will give an undertaking that whether Sri Hari Krishna pays you or not, we will make the payment. So my bank is telling your bank that payment will happen, provided you supply the goods, whatever is required according to the specifications. This is called letter of credit. And without a letter of credit, nobody does business in international market. Now, the reason why Nirav Modi's case has become so popular is Nirav Modi had not only used letter of credit, he used letter of undertaking also. A letter of undertaking is a much more broader concept. Suppose like say for example, you are exporting to me, you are exporting to somebody in US, somebody in France, somebody in Japan and all. So every time you can't go and ask for LC. So what they do is, they have allowed the exporters also to have an understanding called LOU, letter of understanding. A letter of understanding is a much more broader, deeper commitment. So if you say, I require $100 million, nobody will ask you because already a letter of undertaking has been signed. So Nirav Modi misused and abused this facility. It is a trust which is retained or a bank. Just like you have got supplier's credit, there is buyer's credit also. Like say, are you aware of this high-speed rail between Mumbai to Ahmedabad? It is going to take less than 2 hours in a bullet train which is being created. Japanese have agreed to do that entire networking for us. So, who is funding this bank? This is a 1 lakh crore investment coming to us for an interest rate of 0.25% per annum. It's a 50-year loan with a moratorium of 20 years. That means the first 20 years you don't even need to repay the principal. The next 30 years you are going to repay. So this is the kind of loan that they have taken. Almost 1 lakh crore has been taken in order to provide this kind of facility. Now, what it means to say is, we wanted bullet train, but Japanese are more interested to get this business because elsewhere China got the business. So Japanese were very desperate to do this business in India. So Japanese banks are funding this transaction. I want you to remember this. Not only the importers country is interested to provide credit facility, which is called supplier's credit. Sometimes the exporters country also will provide that kind of facility called supplier's credit. So Nirav Modi had misused this facility. So it is only a breach of trust. So he used to use this facility where there was no import order. That is, no fake letter of credits were generated on the strength of letter of understanding, which was an agreement between one bank and another bank. That's all. So the bottom line is, without a genuine order, borrowing happened. And because borrowing happened and it was used and misused for a variety of purposes, which is illegal. What is that called? When you convert unaccounted money into legal money. Good. He gets money laundering. So, this has created more happiness than my program. Part of the program, okay. I'll take credit. It seems we should not take credit where credit is not due. But I'll take credit here. So basically this is money laundering which he has done. And money laundering is illegal. And that is when there is AML. We need to be compliant with AML. What is AML? Not AIML. AIML is different. AI and ML is different. What is AI and ML? Artificial intelligence and business. But no marks for that. But what is AML? Anti-money laundering law, which everybody should be compliant with, and only when we are compliant with AML, we will ensure that there is no money laundering happening in our organization. So, we will continue with this kind of a discussion. Many women who are not allowed to continue in their home, that is their own people, have disowned them. Elderly women, widowed women, started their own business. And today, they are globally popular. Which organization am I referring to? No. No. Okay, I'll tell you the generic product which they sell. You should tell the brand name. Papad. Lichet Papad. Who said Lichet Papad? This is different. That's what I was saying. This is generating more happiness than my program. And an element of surprise is always good. I'll give you the clues, you should tell the name of the company. Made a public issue in 1947. That's the first clue. Made a public issue in the year 1947. Sir, you will give less valuable gift if they are taking more options. I'll give five clues. If you are taking all the 5 clues and then answering, you will get the least valuable prize. Otherwise, you will get in 2, 3. If you can make out, then it is you are going to get much better valuable gifts. First clue is made public issue in 1947. Second clue is Originally they started with Dalda, that is Vanaspati, that is their main business. ITC is wrong. Okay. 2 clues are over. Huh? Okay, I'll give the third clue. The person who took over this business from his father made a public issue in 1947. No, Tata's made public issue much. Okay. Now I'm asking you the name of the company, not the person. Yeah, Wipro is correct. Good. Actually, I'm very much impressed with the life and lifestyle of Azim Premji. So let me continue what has happened after that, because there is a great story of inspiration also. Azim Premji took over the business in 1975. He was a dropout from Stanford University. He was studying electrical engineering in Stanford University. His father died in the mid-70s, and that is how Azim Premji had to come back to India. Azim Premji's mother is a doctor, medical doctor, not a doctor like me. She is a medical doctor. Azim Premji has got 2 sisters. So everybody said, let us not do this business, we don't understand this business. And Azim Premji is a very introvert, even now also. He doesn't speak much. He doesn't come into the limelight. He is not interested in show-off business and all. So Azim Premji told his mother and his 2 sisters, let us not sell this business. I will try to do this business. Everybody started laughing at him, stating that you don't even connect with others. You don't deal with other people. How will you do business? If you want to do business, we are not interested to continue with this company. He said, okay, fine. You sell your shares to me. His mother did not have confidence in him because he is a very shy kid who doesn't, connect with many people. So they thought he will definitely fail in business. His mother sold the shares to him. His sisters sold shares to him. All his friends and relatives sold their shares because by that time Bombay Stock Exchange also was not very popular. Though Bombay Stock Exchange has got a track record of nearly 130 years. Stock markets were not very popular. So shares, though it was a listed company, most of the family, friends and relatives and known people, they were owning the shares. No, it's equity shares only. Equity shares. It's a proper listed company since 1947. So, what Azim Premji did, he said, okay, fine, if you are not interested, you sell your shares to me, I'll hold it. And Azim Premji claims, even to this day, he did not sell 1 share of Wipro. He never sold, he only bought. That shows his confidence in his company. Now, the story doesn't end there. The story actually has just begun. In the mid-70s, George Fernandez became our finance minister when the Janata government came into power. Because George Fernandez, though, is a very popular guy, but because the philosophy of the party, Janata Party, is that it is all socialism, it is all socialistic principles with which the party is created. So he called all the MNC CEOs one day and he said, you are all making lot of profits in India, but you are not listed in India. Either you list the shares, by that time even ITC also was not listed. ITC comes from the stable of British American Tobacco. He said, you are all making lot of profits in India, but you don't have shares listed in India. That means Indian citizens cannot own your shares. He simply said, either make a public issue in India or simply get out of India. Coca-Cola left the country. IBM left the country. But before IBM left the country, Azim Premji met up with IBM chief and said, you have to pay huge penalty if you are leaving the country just like that. Because there is so much of software contracts that you are having, you have to pay huge penalty. I understand software business because he studied in Stanford. He said, I will help you maintain those contracts. TCS got some contracts, Wipro got some contracts. That is how software maintenance was the core business with which Azim Premji actually started his entrepreneurial journey. Over a period of time, because of again tie-up with G medical equipment, G bulbs were manufactured by Wipro. And whatever has happened is history. Everybody is aware of it. But something which you may not be aware of it, I'll tell you. Actually, during the Y2K boom in 2000, Wipro became the most valuable company in India. And Business India started calling Azim Premji and said, we want to make you the businessman of the year because you have become the most wealthiest person in India. Much more wealthy than Dhirubhai Ambani, when Dhirubhai Ambani was still alive. Then Azim Premji told, I am not eligible to take this award because I am not even a graduate. This happened 6 months before the award is given, because there are many people, when they give the award, they won't take it. So everybody tries to first tell them that you will be given this award, and if they are willing to take it only, they will see. And Business India award is a very popular award. So Azim Premji, being very humble, he told, I am not eligible for this because I am not a graduate. If somebody applies to Wipro with my kind of background, we will reject their candidature also. So where is the question of me becoming the businessman of the year and all? Then everybody debated once again, the entire team at Business India, because there were a lot of panel members, all the high profile people have decided that Azim Premji should get it, including the Prime Minister of India. They were also involved at that time for making this decision. Then everybody said, if Azim Premji is not going to take this award, we will not give this award to anybody. Then Azim Premji was again contacted and they said this. By that time, Business India was more than 25 years old publication. He didn't want Business India to break that tradition. So finally he agreed, but he said, you give me 4 months time. This is the true inspiration which you should learn now. He went to US, completed 16 papers of electrical engineering in a short span of 4 months. He told everybody in his office, every day I will call you. Nobody should call you. I will call you and I will ask you whatever I want to know about Wipro. He even told his son Rishabh, don't ever try to reach me. He told his entire family members, don't even call me. Unless there is something very negative, please don't call me. Unless my presence is required, unless I am supposed to know. He met up with different professors. He took tuitions at the age of 50 plus. He took tuitions. He sat with them. Stanford University was willing to conduct examinations specifically for his purpose. But he attended the classes. He washed his own clothes. He pressed his own clothes. And he also studied during this period. And he completed electrical engineering. And of the 16 papers in short. I think he was the most wealthiest person in India at that time. If money can bring in happiness, he shouldn't have done all these things. Even to this day, many people will be surprised when he gets down in Bangalore airport. He doesn't expect his company car to come to him for pickup also. He will board any cab that is available. He will take an auto also and he will go home. That is the humility with which Azim Premji lives, and I really feel proud of talking about him also. Continuing with our discussion, I want you to identify this lady who is a self-made billionaire in India. A self-made billionaire Anybody? No. First, okay, I'll rephrase my question. First self-made billionaire. Not a inherited billionaire like Savitri Jindal. Savitri Jindal is an inherited billionaire because her husband died, all that property came to her and that's how she has become a billionaire. Which company? No. No. The company is into biotechnology. Very good. Who said Kiran Majumdar Shah? Very good. Kiran Majumdar Shah of Biocon is a self-made billionaire. She tried her best to get a job in that particular domain. Nobody was willing to give it. Nobody was willing to give her a job because that is a male-dominated domain. Sir, we think how many more prizes are there according to you? 4 or 5 are still there. Okay. All of us know a product called nylon, N-Y-L-O-N. Actually, there is nothing called nylon. They didn't know what to give this name. They gave it because this company operated in 2 different places making this product. Which are those 2 places? New York, London. Good. New York, London is this company used to operate in 2 places, New York and London. What's a good name? Okay, good. Cannot be seen. I will narrate the story. You should identify the company. Okay? This is one of the first corporate battle between a father and a son. From a drug manufacturing company, drugs and pharmaceuticals company. This is the first corporate battle between father and son. Okay. Not sun farm. No, it's a pharma company. Okay. I'll give you the second clue. Don't answer just because I said it's a drug company. B. The battle was that son is a MBBS doctor. Father is not even a graduate. No, don't complete it. I'll ask you a question. Okay. Forget about Sipla. I'll change my question now. I'll change my question because you are guessing with all drug companies. I don't want you to guess like that. Son has told father that you are ineligible to run this business. Son has convinced the board of directors, my father is not required in this business. All the board members were convinced. They have thrown the father out of the company. Father actually started this business. Now this person has built the company the way he has promised, and over a period of time, he made India's largest company in that category, whatever may be the category. One day, he realized he is suffering from cancer. This person died This person died, but much before his death, he brought in a person called Brian Tempest from US to become the CEO of the company. This is the first time an American came to India to be the CEO of an Indian company. First time. So you can imagine how committed the son was to build this business. But unfortunately, son died, father was still alive. But still, the business got transferred to his two children. These two children sold the company to Daiichi. Daiichi sold this company to Sun Pharma. Which company I am referring to? Who was the person that I am referring to? Ranbaxy is the company, correct? Ranbaxy Lab. Who is this son who took over the business from father? Company is correct. I am not saying no to that. Company is correct. Ranbaxy. What is the name of the son who took over the business from the father and finally died much before the father died? Okay, we'll still give him the gift. Ranbaxy is correct. Parvinder Singh. Parvinder Singh. Parvinder Singh and his sons, Supinder and Amrinder. These two people have sold the business to Daiichi, and Daiichi sold it to Sun Pharma. And when Dilip Sangvi of Sun Pharma, after Dilip Sangvi of Sun Pharma bought Ranbaxy Labs last year, for a few days, Dilip Sangvi was the most wealthiest person in India. He has even overtaken Mukesh Ambani for a few days. Now, another important question. Now you will tell me this. I'll put some number. I think we have chalk pieces. In 1987, two families which are very close to each other, two business families which are very close to each other. One of the family's child, who is also a chartered accountant, you should get a clue because of that, who is a chartered accountant, went to his father's friend, that is their family friends, and said, I am starting a finance company. You should identify the company, you should identify this personality also. He said, I am starting a new company. You finance this company. You tell me how much you can give, because I am starting a finance company. He said, okay, fine. I will give you 1 lakh rupees. I will give you 1 lakh rupees, but on one condition. Since your family and our family are very close to each other, since any which way you are putting your family name, you will put our family name also in that. No, don't start guessing. You get the same gift together. I'll complete the story because that it should serve big purposes. It should challenge you and it should also inform you about the history of this company. So, he said, I'll give you 1 lakh on one condition. In the name of the company, our family name also should be there along with your family name. He said, fine, I'll do it. So in 2017, the same child went back to the same people and said, now I want to change the name of the bank and I don't want your name. You can sell off your shares. So when 1 lakh rupees investment, after 30 years when it was sold, it was equivalent to 1400 crores. Which organization am I referring to? Who is this person? There are two things. Not Maximo. Maximo is not an Indian company. Louder. Not Motilal Oswal. But all of you know this organization. All of you. The owner of this is a chartered accountant. He is a very popular person. All of you know this. I am pretty sure they operate in Nellore also.
I know it, but I don't tell.
Not Muthoot Finance. Not Bajaj. Louder. If somebody has answered, they should be louder. Not Aditya Birla. Not Cholamandalam. It is.
Sir, give me a chance.
Okay. Not Sriram. I actually gave a clue also. Without knowing, I only told. I gave a clue that it is a bank.
I think it is Kotak Mahindra and became Kotak Bank.
One final question, which is very difficult. Huh? A simple question is difficult. Actually, can anybody calculate the geometric mean return? What is the analyzed system based on this? Is it possible? Can you calculate? That you will get afterwards. Okay. I will narrate one incident which all of you will know, but you should identify this personality. One day this lady was buying tomatoes in Bangalore. There is enough clue here. One lady was buying tomatoes in Bangalore on the street. Stop. Okay, I will not continue this further because you already said. Okay. This is slightly tougher question. Which company in India made Pepsi?
Thumbs up. Parley.
I repeat once again. Which company in India made? Why does Coca-Cola make Pepsi? Why does Thumbs Up make Pepsi? In 1987, Pepsi entered India, but they were not allowed to make cola. So one Indian company made Pepsi for many years. It was not Pepsi India Limited or PepsiCo India Limited. It's a pure Indian company which made Pepsi, and it was not a FMCG company. It is a Tata Group company. A Tata Group company which makes air conditioners made Pepsi. Voltas. But since many people answered, I'll ask one more question. Voltas is correct. Voltas made Pepsi in India during 1987 till almost 6 years. One last question, and and this really last. You have chutneys here. Who owns chutneys? Huh? Who owns chutneys retail outlet across the country? Somebody all of us know. Huh? Somebody who all of us know. Chutneys is a very popular chain of retail outlets which serves only vegetarian food. Ex-Vice President of India. Who was our ex-Vice President of India? Huh? You have browsed the net and you are telling me? Okay, one last question. Venkaiah owns chutneys. Okay, one last question. Identify this couple who charge the highest salary in India. Identify this couple whom all of you at least are aware of their products or services. All of you are aware of their products and services. Which couple take the highest salary in India? They are the promoters of their own company. They are promoter directors. Louder. No. The couple who are the promoter directors of their own company charge the highest salary, almost 60 crores per annum. Who? No, I'm not saying. I repeat once again. They are the promoters of a company, and as a director, chairman, they take the maximum salary in the country. I don't know any specific company which Ranveer is associated with. All of you have seen or observed or heard about their offering, about their services or about their products. Louder. No. Louder? Yeah, he will get the prize. Sun Network owners, Kalanidhi Maran and his wife Kaveri. One day in Bangalore, Sudhamurthy was buying tomatoes. The vendor said 40 rupees a kg. She was buying. In the meantime, somebody has come there on a bike. And when he asked how much is the price of tomatoes, the vendor said 100 rupees. Sudhamurthy was shocked. He told 40 rupees a kg to her and he said 100 rupees to that person. So the vendor was speaking with his eyes with Sudhamurthy and said, you just keep quiet. Let this person go, I will give you your 1 kg of tomatoes, but let him pay first. So that person stopped, took 1 kg tomatoes, paid 100 rupees and he left. Then Sudhamurthy took that 1 kg tomatoes and she paid 40 rupees. Then she asked the vendor, why did you charge 100 rupees to him? Vendor said, he works for Infosys, he earns a lot of salary. By just seeing his ID card, I could make out that he has got the ability to pay. That is why I charge 100 rupees. Then Sudhamurthy says, if this person knows that if I am Narayan Murthy's wife, I don't know how much he will charge me for this. 1,000 rupees. Okay, good. So on this positive note, we come to the end of this 5-day program. I hope and trust it had at least made some cosmetic change in your life, because all these days we were talking about something which is slightly off the tangent. We were not talking core business, which you are all familiar with or you have been listening all through. So we just wanted to make it in a lighter vein. Though I am Srihari, I think sir had definitely done more than what is required to make it happen. As a last shlok in Bhagavad Gita says, because Dhananjay means Arjun, Dhananjay means Parth, because he is the son of Kunti, that's why he is called as Parth. So the last shlok in Bhagavad Gita says, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna Yatra Partho Dhanurdhara Tatra Sri Vijayo Bhuti Dhruvani Tirmatir Mama. Sri Krishna is only a strategist. Ideation has no value unless it is well executed. Arjun is known for his execution capability. So ideation plus execution brings success and fulfillment and happiness. A-grade strategy also can fail if it has got C-grade execution. That is why an idea requires to be executed perfectly in order to be really successful. Thank you one and all for your patience.
So now we come to the close of this.
One last statement that I would like to make, which I forgot. I know it's not that easy, but a lot of staff members who are visible here and who are not visible, a lot of students who are visible here and who missed my session also, sometimes they stepped out because they were also trying to organize. In fact, in every movie, in every situation, we only get to see the person who is in the forefront, be it a hero or heroine. But there is an army of people who work behind the stage who make it happen. Let us all join hands for the organizers. Thank you very much.
Respected honorable guests, faculty members, and my dear friends, a very good afternoon to all of you. Today we have gathered as the completion of value added application course. We have learned so many things which helps to shape our mindset and helps to gain more knowledge and helps to develop our skills and abilities. So on this precious moment, let me invite our honorable guests, dean sir, and faculty members. Firstly, I would like to invite Srivalli ma'am onto the dais. I would like to invite our HOD madam, Dr. R. Vani madam, to honor the stage. our Dean Dr. D. Dhananjay sir to honor this team. I am glad to invite our honorable guest, Dr. S. Hari Krishna sir to honor this team. I would like to request who is thanking for prayer song. And Jyotiman. I would like to everyone to stand up in the respect of prayer song. I would like to invite Srimali ma'am to share her views about the program.
Good afternoon, students. I would like to thank our chief guest for sparing his valuable time for 5 days in this college. And according to this session, is a very valuable session for our, which is useful for all the students. So as it is stress management and happiness. So as you are all feeling stress on all these days, so through this session, at least now, you may be able to how to overcome that stress. Am I right? Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now I would like to invite our HOD Dr. Vani madam to share her thoughts about this program.
Our chief guest and 5 days value-added course resource person, Dr. Sri Hari Krishna sir, our dean, Dr. Dhananjay sir, Dr. Srimati madam, coordinator of value-added course, and my colleague friends and dear students, very good afternoon to one another. So at the afternoon time also, you are very active. That's the only means this credit directly goes to our resource person. That means our chief guest today, Dr. Sri Hari Krishna sir. Sir, really At the same time, our faculty members also who participate and attended the session, they also get some value. Why? Because the 5 days value added course only on stress management and happiness. How to overcome the stress and manage and maintain the happy or make you and also me as happy. Right? This is a very important subject. This concept selected by our dean sir. At the same time, this is the time to say thank you to our dean sir because he invited the eminent personality who really add the value to you. I believe that you also feel the same. Do you accept with me or not? Yes. So your Josh clearly indicates that. So I am very happy. At the same time, thank you sir, our resource person like means Dr. Srihari Krishna sir, because you are very active and also dynamic. You make our students also very dynamic. But thank you sir, thank you very much. And at the same time, you keep the same Josh for all remaining semesters. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I would like to request our Dean Dr. G. Dhananjay sir to share his views about this program.
Good morning to all of you. Madam talked about the Josh, very active. So this program initially we are very doubtful because we are not understanding the content and the way it is delivered. I think this is successful only because of that person who is delivering. So he owns that content and he has a lot of authority and integrity in delivering that content. Because I have known him for so many 15-20 years. I have taken a calculated risk to truly tell you. And it was so I have taken a calculated risk and positive side of the normal distribution happened in this classroom. So that way I am very we have encountered a positive black swan. You know, as we have discussed, there are two types of black swans. You can be a negative black swan or positive black swan. And as Sri Krishna sir said, in the first class itself he said, all business is value addition. So I am very confident at the end of 5 days I can say that there is a value added to every person involved in this program, either the faculty or the young managers. So that's why I always treat you as young managers and give a lot of responsibility and a lot of importance to you. So that way, and also to the college also I feel there is a lot of value addition. In the morning we were discussing with the director sir. He in fact offered that this course should be done to other BTech students also. Because this is the need of the hour. How we feel, how to lessen, how to ignore the negative things, how to focus on the positive things, how to feel gratitude, how to be mindful, how to develop positive psychology. These are the type of things. Not only students, even faculty, even myself need. I myself will go into depression sometimes because it is a common thing nowadays. And some other people are telling depression is the most common thing, but not reported or ignored. It is some sort of because of this daily pressures. And one last thing I would like to tell you is that it is a such a ocean of knowledge. It's like మనం ఏదైనా ఫ్లవర్ గార్డెన్లో పోతాం, మనకు ఆ ఫ్లవర్స్ అని కోసుకొని ఇంటికి తీసుకురావాలనిపిస్తుంది. ఒక గంట గడుపుతాం. ఇవన్నీ కూడా ఒక సంచి తీసుకుని వెళ్ళి ఆ రోజులు మంచిగా అట్రాక్టివ్ అన్ని కోసుకుని ఇంటికి తీసుకుందాం. బట్ వీ కాంట్ డూ దట్. సో వీ స్పెండ్ 1 hour and bring the fragrance of the garden into our home. So like that, even we can't get all the knowledge of Sri Krishna sir, we will remember the way he taught us, the way he motivated us. That type of fragrance will remain with us in the next semesters to come, and it will propel us forward. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I am glad to invite our honorable guest, Dr. S. Valedictory sir, to share his experience with us.
I think Sri Krishna sir needs deserves a standing ovation.
Good afternoon, all. It had been my privilege and honor to be here with you for the last 5 days. Actually, my journey of teaching and training started from as early as my 7th class. I would like to share my personal views about knowledge sharing. Unlike in today's scenario where nobody fails, when I was in 7th class, many people used to fail. And when they fail, they'll all be put in back benches. So when I came to 7th class, till such time I used to be in second bench or third bench. I went back to this last bench, where all students who fail sit there. In fact, some of my classmates had sisters and brothers who failed and they used to sit in the last row. And these people were not communicating with their brothers and sisters also. So you can imagine what kind of a emotional bonding people had. I was slightly above average. I was not a brilliant student. I was slightly above average. I used to sit in the last row only to see to it that these students don't fail once again. My teachers used to complain to my parents that your son's education is getting deteriorated because he has moved from third bench to the last row. But I used to feel good being there. I give credit to my parents also because they never bothered about marks. They said, let him do whatever he wants. Do you have any problem if he sits in the last row? They said, we don't have any problem, but his condition, his understanding will become much more diluted because he is losing focus on academics. He is sitting with them, he is playing with them, he is trying to become like them. And if he fails, we are not going to take responsibility for it. So my parents said, don't worry, if he fails, let him play. My 7th standard, 8th, 9th, 10th, I was with people who actually failed, but my intention was to see to it that they will pass, and most of them used to pass. I shouldn't be saying this, but I also enabled them to copy, but by hook or crook, I used to make them pass. But more importantly, I used to teach them also. That is how I got into teaching, not because of any other reason. I could see how people feel when they pass, when they did not expect to pass. And that got into my DNA, and over a period of time, I got into higher education. I got into PhD. I was fairly successful for 25 odd years in finance. Then I said, what is so big deal about finance? People earn to become happy. But But if they are happy, they can earn more. That is how I shifted my career from finance to this particular domain called happiness, mindfulness, and well-being. Now, I also teach finance. That is not my mainline activity, but I also teach finance because I love that subject. I'm passionate about finance. I'm passionate about markets. That comes very easily to me. I don't even need to struggle. But today, when I teach this particular domain of psychology, I'm not a psychologist. I have never studied psychology in my life. But as I mentioned earlier, in May, when we had this happiness meet arranged by IIT Kharagpur and Ranchi and IIT Delhi, I spoke in the same platform, in the same forum where IIT Delhi director and IIM Kharagpur director, including IIM Ranchi director, has spoken. I think that itself I felt very good. I come from a very poor family. I have never studied in a private school. I have never studied in a private college, nor I have ever studied in a private university. But I had that die-hard attitude in me that nothing is difficult to be learned. I think that is one trait which all of us can acquire. If I can be successful, anybody can be successful. Thank you, Manu.
Thank you so much. Now it's time to take feedback from students. Firstly, I would like to invite Chandani to share her feedback with us.
Thank you so much, sir, for these valuable sessions. I really enjoyed it well. The sessions was extremely interesting and useful. After having these sessions, I feel much better prepared to deal with uncomfortable issues, and I feel confident to deal with different situations. And also it was very helpful to understand how to conflict escalates and how we can manage our own ways of our responses, and also how to be well-being. And thank you so much, sir, for taking time to meet us. This was the best session we ever met in a week, and I especially thank our HOD ma'am and Dean sir for encouraging students in such a program to by thinking every aspect of students' life, so they'll get successful and have a great future ahead. And I especially thank A. Srihari sir for his wisdom, sharing his own experiences, live examples, and also personable presentations. And a special thanks to our staff members who also managed and supported students as well. We are looking forward to meet you again, sir. One statement I would like to say. Srihari sir లేనప్పుడు డీన్ సార్ ఒక విషయం చెప్పారు. ఇట్లాంటి అంటే గెస్ట్ స్పీకర్స్ 1 అవర్కి 10,000 ఇచ్చినా కూడా రారు మనకి స్మాల్ సిటీస్లో ఇంత అవైలబుల్గా ఉండదు అని. బట్ ఐ ఫీల్ వెరీ ఫార్చునేట్ టు బీ ఇన్ దీస్ సెషన్స్, సార్. Thank you so much, Narayana Institutions, also for providing such a great program. Thank you.
Okay, Chandani. I request Jaya Jain to share her feedback with us.
Good afternoon, everyone. Don't be worried because I got a good on this podium. Okay. To start with the feedback, I would like to say that yesterday I put my phone away from my pillow, sir. And then I hope I'll be doing that more often, and I'll continue to do that. There are many things that we all could take away from these sessions. By saying that mobile phone thing, I would like to address one issue here, that is called digital amnesia. In the sense, before few days during these sessions, what we were attending, I saw a video on social media saying that people who overuse smartphones, they get digital amnesia. In the sense, we are too much dependent on our smartphones that we don't even remember our friends' birthdays or recipes or anything like that. So, in the sense, to avoid that screen time, we need to know that we might also face dementia or amnesia, like that. So, all of that I wanted to address, and then I constantly felt very happy. It was a positive aura, sir, from you whenever you entered the session. It just lightened up this whole seminar. The first slide which we used to see, decode happiness, well-being, fulfillment, and all of that itself filled us with fulfillment. Okay, today we are going to learn something about happiness. Wow, it's so great. Then, on behalf of everyone, I would like to say this, that there are many stories in this 5-day session that you shared, and I literally got goosebumps. I was like, okay, these stories are so realistic and so even so relatable to them. That was amazing. I mean, career guidance, I would like to say. If I wouldn't have asked that question about HR, that people, I asked that question right about HR, that the HR don't have growth. So I'm glad that you answered that question, or else I wouldn't have considered HR itself. I just focused on marketing and finance, so I'm really glad that I have HR also in my mind right now after this session. And then this session was more about brain, how brain works and how chemicals release and all of that. So to say specifically, I am also an optimistic person, very positive, but most of the times I also feel down and feel devastated. So it was okay. It is very relatable, that is what I meant to say. And then lastly, I will thank, there's one more thing. When sir entered the session today, sir said that this is the last day. So I really felt very emotional that I will not be able to see you. These 5 days, whole day we used to see sir and his energy, his positivity and all of that. Little emotional. And then thank you very much, Dean sir, HOD ma'am and Shivani ma'am for organizing this session. Thank you very much. And I'd like to say, sir, I used to sit there and that eye contact you used to make with me in the sense that kind of gave attention. I was really focused. I was really paying a lot of attention to your sessions, and thank you so much, sir, for giving me this opportunity.
Now I request Adesha to share his feedback about the program.
So, first of all, I'd like to thank the management, that is our HOD ma'am and our dean sir, as well as the event coordinator Srivali ma'am, to actually make this event possible. So, sir, first of all, when you started the session, you started with the science of happiness. And by the end of the session, we just got a description of science of happiness, but now we have completely understood that science of happiness. your methodology and the way you conducted the session, sir. Another important thing, sir, that we observed is each example that you gave was not only just given for giving sake, but each of them had a separate teaching. For example, yesterday he gave the example of Kalsanbhai Patel. In that example, he actually came out of suffering of personal loss, and he used that energy and made $1 billion companies, and that to such that it became a market leader. So, sir, I appreciate I think all of us appreciate each and every examples that you gave along with it. And sir, another thing, as a fellow, I'm not comparing, but sir, as a speaker, sir, when all the slides that were prepared, each and every point, sir, you detailed in such a way that each of those points could be lectured for hours and hours together. And sir, that I think makes the difference between a good speaker and a well-learned speaker. Sir, it is not that often that a speaker can gather the attention. In fact, in management we learn that unit in command, the control is maximum 21 people a manager can control at a time. So, but through your oration, you got the whole class, that is the 2 combined class, almost 120 people to listen to each and every point. And that I think is not only a credit to you, but also a growth for the students who listen to your program, sir. And finally, sir, I think the cherry on top was the Gita Shloka that you gave, and I think that was a very nice wordplay too on the name of Dhananjay sir and Sri Hari Krishna. That was actually the cherry on top, and anything said further would only damage that. So I'd like to thank our staff and our HOD ma'am and Dean sir for giving me this opportunity to give a feedback, and I take a leave, sir, and hope we see you soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Now I request Charan Teja to give feedback.
Good afternoon to the honorable dignitaries on the dais and off the dais and my fellow students. So, Dr. A. Srihari sir, thank you for coming to our college and giving a valuable course on how to take a notice over mental health. I mean, most India doesn't focus on mental health nowadays, and the private foundations like this are encouraging to take a good focus and also maintain a good mental health when it comes to our daily life. Sir, the session you have given us, and also you have encouraged us to interact very much with you, and also whenever you are speaking, the voice of your itself is very soul-soothing to us. The way you have spoken some of the facts, and also I feel kind of unlucky. I have lost one of my friends to depression in 10th standard. I know what the pain he have gone through. Unfortunately, I couldn't able to help him. I was absent on that day. If our India had focused on mental health before that, I think he might have been here today. And also thank you to Dr. Dhananjay sir for bringing an immensible person like Dr. A. Srihari Krishna sir for giving this such a valuable session on how to be happy. We go through stress on a very particular silly things. Either it might be, it didn't happen how we wanted it to be happen. Life is not every time, it doesn't meet our expectations. But going with the flow, like you have told before, it will make us less expectations, and also helps us in reaching the goal we have set in the future. Thank you, sir, and also thank you to the Dr. R. Vani ma'am for helping us and also giving such a valuable course, adding to the value-added course, and also to the value-added course in charge, Dr. Srivalli ma'am. Thank you so much for such an immense session, sir, and thank you to Dr. Dean Dhananjay sir. Thank you so much.
Now want to give the better about the program.
First, I would like to thank you, Dean of MBA, Dr. Dalmir sir, and HOD of MBA, Dr. R. Vali ma'am, and coordinator of this value added course, Dr. Srivalli ma'am. In value added course, learned many things and useful like happiness. I learned in value added things, ignore stress and improve happiness, and don't remember and don't recognize the unwanted things which happened in the past of our life. And don't keep unnecessary things on your head and don't allow unhappiness in your life. Please avoid unhappiness and allow happiness in our life should be cool and simple. And I learned by this course is to face the provokers should not be react on time, should be cool and should have to react on sometimes. Dr. A. Srihari Krishna sir, really amazing person and ocean of knowledge. Sir spent him valuable time for 5 days for us. So definitely all of you should thank to Dr. A. Srihari Krishna sir. Thank you sir. You learned so many things because of you, how to handle stress and happiness. Sir cleared our doubt in finance and stress and management. So once again, thank you sir for this session.
So before we go for certificate distribution, one more volunteer who would like to express, please.
Respected Monument, HOD of MBA department, and Srivalli ma'am, professor of MBA department, and Dr. Dhananjay sir, Dean of MBA department, and the honorable and resource person to value added course, Dr. A. Krishna sir. Good morning to one and all. And sorry, good afternoon sir. Sir, myself Giri, I'm studying MBA first year sir. Sir, this is the first time I listen to this type of classes. Sir, me also studying in government standards in nursery to intermediate also. So I don't have any communication. So starting in Telugu. So first of all, I think ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ వాల్యూ యాడెడ్ కోర్స్ అనగానే నేను జస్ట్ ఏమనుకున్నానంటే నేనే కాదు మన క్లాస్మేట్స్ అంతా అనుకునేది లైక్ ఏదైనా ఎస్ఏబి కానీ లేదా ఎక్స్ట్రా సంబంధించిన ఎక్సెల్ కోర్సెస్ కానీ అట్లాంటివి ఏమన్నా నేర్పిస్తారేమో అనుకున్నాను. వెల్ బికాస్ వీఆర్ ఆల్ స్టడీయింగ్ ఇన్ ఎంబీఏ లైక్ వీఆర్ ఫ్యూచర్ మేనేజర్స్. సో బట్ ఇక్కడికి వచ్చిన తర్వాత ఆ క్లాస్లో హ్యాపీనెస్ అండ్ స్ట్రెస్ మెయింటెన్స్, ఎవ్రీ మేనేజర్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీ ఎంప్లాయీ హ్యావింగ్ ది much more stress and unhappiness. Why? Because having the more stress like as work. So start telling the number of examples to related to the problems related to the information. Every information to give the example like ప్రతి ఎగ్జాంపుల్ కి ఏంటంటే మనం చెప్పే నాలెడ్జ్ ఒక కంపెనీ చెప్తే కంపెనీకి ఉన్న షేర్ హోల్డర్స్, కంపెనీకి ఉన్నటువంటి ఓనర్లు, డైరెక్టర్స్, అలాగే స్టాక్ మార్కెట్ గురించి కానీ రిలేటెడ్ టు ఫైనాన్స్, రిలేటెడ్ టు హెచ్ఆర్, రిలేటెడ్ టు మార్కెటింగ్, సో మచ్ నాలెడ్జ్ ఇస్ దేర్. అలాగే డాక్టర్ ధనంజయ్ సార్ ఈ సెషన్ లో లాట్ ఆఫ్ గిఫ్ట్స్ అందరికి డిస్ట్రిబ్యూట్ చేశాడు. సార్ యాక్చువల్లీ
క్లాసెస్ విన్న తర్వాత నాకు అనిపించింది ఏంటంటే మా ఫ్రెండ్ కూడా నా క్లాస్లో బట్ పేరెంట్స్ వల్ల డిస్కంటిన్యూ అయ్యాడు సార్ క్లాసెస్. బట్ లాస్ట్ ఇయర్ ఇంటర్ కంప్లీట్ చేసి బైపీసీ మంచి మార్క్స్ గెట్ చేశాడు. బట్ స్ట్రెస్ మెయింటైన్ హ్యాండిల్ చేయలాగా మెంటల్గా డిస్టర్బ్ అయిపోయాడు సార్. ఇట్లాంటి క్లాసెస్ వాడు స్టాండర్డ్స్లో విని ఉంటే మంచిగా ఇంకా మంచి వేలో వచ్చాడని అనిపించింది సార్. Congratulations to all the students for good result of the first semester examinations. Thank you sir. Okay, thank you so much for giving this opportunity. Thank you.
Very thank you to coming here to explain about your views and explain about the happiness and mindful and well-being. నేను ఎక్కువ మాట్లాడను. నేను చెప్పేది ఒకే పాయింట్ చెప్తాను. వాట్ ఎవర్ వీ లెర్న్ అబౌట్ ద హ్యాపీనెస్, మన ఫ్రెండ్ చెప్పాడు హ్యాపీనెస్ అంటే స్ట్రెస్గా ఎక్కువ ఫీల్ అయ్యి తను ఇంటర్లో అంతగా పెర్ఫామ్ చేయలేదని. So whatever we gain the experience and knowledge about the happiness and well-being, we share to others, our elders and younger brothers and sisters also. That will help to improve. So this is I am thinking about that. So I am also share to our brothers and sisters whoever not getting the knowledge about this type of contents, and ఎస్పెషలీ ఎవరికి షేర్ చేయాలంటే వాట్ ఎవర్ మనకి గవర్నమెంట్ స్కూల్స్లో చాలా మంది పిల్లలు ఉంటారు అండ్ దే ఆర్ కమింగ్ ఫ్రమ్ ద మిడిల్ క్లాస్ ఫ్యామిలీస్. సో వాళ్ళకి వాట్ ఎవర్ ఈ నాలెడ్జ్ ప్రొవైడ్ చేస్తే వాళ్ళు గెయిన్ అవుతారు. సో సార్ చెప్పారు త్రీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఎలిమెంట్స్ ఈస్ నీడెడ్ ఫర్ ఎవ్రీ స్టూడెంట్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీ సిటిజన్ ఇన్ అవర్ కంట్రీ. లైక్ ఫస్ట్లీ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ అండ్ హెల్త్ and so these three elements are very important. But ఎవరైతే ఎడ్యుకేషన్ తీసుకుంటున్నారో మన సొసైటీలో వాళ్ళకి దిస్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ కంటెంట్ ప్రొవైడ్ చేస్తే వాళ్ళు ఇంకా గ్రో అవ్వడానికి యూస్ఫుల్ ఉంటుంది. సో అవర్ ఫ్యూచర్ మేనేజర్స్ టు హెల్ప్ దెమ్ టు దట్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ పీపుల్ అండ్ టు మేక్ దెమ్ హ్యాపీ. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
I request Maharti to give followed by Amina.
Good afternoon everyone, and it's high time I would like to be short and sweet. Firstly, I thank our management, Dean sir and HOD ma'am and other faculty members for giving such a wonderful session because Sir Dr. A. Srihari Krishna Garu is such an eminent personality that we cannot offer his lectures, and we are glad that we have his lectures at our institution. And I thank Dr. A. Srihari Krishna Garu, sorry sir. And here I would like to continue in Telugu. First, Srivalli madam our class వచ్చి ఇలా మీకు వాల్యుయేటెడ్ కోర్స్ ఒకటి ఉంది హ్యాపీనెస్ అండ్ స్ట్రెస్ రిలీఫ్ పైన అని చెప్తే ఏముందిలే హ్యాపీనెస్ స్ట్రెస్ రిలీఫ్ మనకు తెలిసిందే కదా, వెళ్ళామా విన్నామా వచ్చేసామా అలా అనుకున్నాం. బట్ లేటర్ we enter the seminar hall. ఎలా ఉందంటే I don't know sir, firstly I don't know about the resource person. Later when he started his session, ఎలా ఉందంటే sir slides each and every line ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తూ దానికి లైవ్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ చెప్తూ హిస్టరీలో ఏవైతే జరిగాయో ఐ మీన్ ట్రేడ్కి సంబంధించి మార్కెటింగ్ సంబంధించి ఎంటర్ప్రెన్యూర్ స్కిల్స్ ఎలా ఉండాలి, మన జాబ్ మన గోల్ ఎలా సెట్ చేసుకోవాలి అన్నీ చెప్తూ ఉంటే ఐ ఫెల్ దాట్ ఇక్కడ ఏదో ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఉంది మనం అర్థం చేసుకోవాలి, ఇది మన లైఫ్లో ఇంప్లిమెంట్ చేసుకోవాలి అని. లేటర్ ఆన్ హీ సెడ్ అబౌట్ హ్యాపీనెస్ అండ్ స్ట్రెస్ రిలీఫ్. దాంట్లో నా క్లోజ్ ఫ్రెండ్ షీ లాస్ట్ హర్ లవ్డ్ వన్ అండ్ లిటరలీ ఐ మీన్ షీ డిప్రెస్డ్. అంటే తను ఎలా అంటే ఒక ఆ స్టేజ్ కూడా మనం ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయలేము, అలాంటి స్టేజ్ తను వెళ్ళిపోయింది.
after listening to Sir's class, she came out of that. She thought that I should move on from now. I'm really very happy that this session made my friend come out of her stress and depression. I really thank you, sir, from the bottom of my heart, and I really thank our MBA department for giving such a wonderful opportunity. And I would like to thank our Dean sir and HOD ma'am once again for giving this wonderful session for us. Thank you.
అందరం చాలా హ్యాపీగా ఉన్నాం, కానీ ఇద్దరు స్టూడెంట్స్ మాత్రం స్ట్రెస్లో ఉన్నారు. వాళ్ళకి ఓన్లీ వన్ రీజన్, మీకు తెలుసు నేను ఎవరి గురించి చెప్తాను. స్టూడెంట్స్, యూ గెట్ ది గుడ్ రిజల్ట్, డోంట్ వరీ. వాళ్ళిద్దరికి లింక్ ఓపెన్ అవ్వాలి. మార్నింగ్ నుంచి విపరీతమైన స్ట్రెస్. ఇప్పుడు నా దగ్గర 2 times వచ్చారు, ఇప్పుడు కూడా మీ క్లాస్ హ్యాపీగా ఉన్నారు. వాళ్ళిద్దరు చిన్న స్మైల్ కూడా లేదు. నేను చాలా వరకు అబ్జర్వ్ చేస్తున్నాను. డోంట్ వరీ, మీ ఇద్దరికి ఇప్పుడు రిజల్ట్ ఉంటుంది. జస్ట్ ఇంకొక హాఫ్ అన్ అవర్లో మీ రిజల్ట్ మీరు చూడొచ్చు. డోంట్ వరీ, ప్లీజ్ ఇన్వాల్వ్ ఇన్ ది క్లాస్. ఓకే, ఇలాంటి మళ్ళా మీ క్లాస్.
I request everyone to give her feedback.
Very good afternoon to everyone who are presented here. I feel pleasure to thank you, sir, for coming here. And what has happened in the sessions for the whole week, it is very much essential for us as we are a job aspirants and future entrepreneurs to become such better employees and better personalities. So I want to share one thing. Sir, sometimes my friends question me that why you always want to be negative and why you always will be in that. So my mind is full of negative thoughts, sir. Like in such way that if I want to achieve something means I simply do hard work or smart work. I hope for good, but I don't think that this is my achievement. This is success. Because when I think positive means I expect something from myself. If I don't reach to that expectations means I will disappoint myself and I will take stress and it leads to depression. I don't want such stuff in my life. So I simply think negative because it's okay, I will do next time. But during these sessions you have motivated me and you proved me wrong that it could be happen in a positive way also. So I also want to thank you, sir, and I also want to thank Dean sir and the whole department for taking initiative to conduct these programs. And I also want to thank my fellow mates who keep patience by interacting with to learn such new things and by interacting with sir and making this session more interesting. Hoping more and more sessions like this. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you all the. I think this credit goes to the students. Yes. Because of your patience, because of your focus, concentration, and your enthusiasm, participation, all these things, only these programs are successful, I can say. And what we will do is we will give some 5 to 6 certificates. And other things Dr. Srivalli Madam will distribute to you. So before I just call upon the names, I will just ask our Sri Krishna sir to say final 2 sentences.
Only 2 sentences. Let me just start because I get more energy when I'm standing in that podium. Something which I could not share, but I think it's my duty to remember. I represent the Reiki Foundation. Reiki Foundation is started by Dr. Satinder Singh Reiki. He started his own company in 1993 when he lost his job. He was asked to leave the company one day. Many people will be disappointed, disgusted, some people even commit suicide if that is what happens to them. But he said, okay, fine, I lost my job. I will never work for anybody anymore. He started a company called R Systems. R is Reiki Systems. His surname. It's a very successful company in India. It is listed on National Stock Exchange also. Close to around some $225 million company. And they are supporting this entire initiative. He has donated in many institutions, starting from IIT Kharagpur because he studied his BTech there. Similarly, in California State University, he has set up a fund there, and that is what is the Center of Excellence. In IIM Ranchi and so on and so forth. So Dr. Satinder Singh Reiki and his wife Harpreet Reiki, they are actually instrumental in making this happen. In fact, I have got very high respect for Sir because I'm actually no one in psychology. But Sir picked me up and he said, you will be part of the IIT Kharagpur team. Then I said, I don't want to be in IIT Kharagpur for only one simple reason. Happiness is required everywhere. Why should it be restricted to IIT Kharagpur, IIM Ranchi, IIM Raipur, Delhi Technological University, Chandigarh University, Dehradun, Navdanya University, Subhash Chandra University, and so on and so forth, including California University. I said I can come and teach them, but I would like to go to different places across the length and breadth of the country and touch many lives through this region. So Sir had never ever asked me, where are you going, why are you going, and all the kind of. He is such a positive person. He is a 72 years old person. He will be really. He is such a positive person. Normally in my corporate life of years, when we had meetings, we are so very stressed for no reason because every time the boss shouts, every time the boss tells something which we don't like at all. But Reiki Sir, while he is associated with Reiki Foundation for Happiness, it is Reiki Foundation for the Science of Happiness. The meeting starts at 10 o'clock. Every week we have a meeting with him. Meeting starts at 10 o'clock. He operates from California State, but he tries to accommodate our time. At that age, he did not do it. All of us work for him. But still he sees Indian time which is convenient for us and he sets up a meeting. At least 10 minutes before itself he is logged in. And people feel very happy when they are talking to him. It's very unfortunate that I could not have Sir online. I think next time probably if it permits, we will do that. Sir is so very positive. In fact, our team has got so many intelligent people than me. They are more well read than me. It's just that I took this chance to go to different places, but they chose to be associated with big institutions. But my business model is different. I said I will do it this way. Sir has never intervened. I think we should give a big hand to Dr. Reiki and Thank you very much.
Now what we do is we will distribute. We distribute 5 certificates in the alphabet, that is in the roll number order, and other people Srivali madam we can collect from her after the session. So we will go down so that the pictures will come. Okay.
ముందుకెళ్ళమను తీసేయి రావట్లేదా రావట్లేదా తీయాలరా తీరా ఓకే బ్యాక్ వచ్చి బాగా ఫోన్లో తీసేవాళ్ళు